Welcome back. Today we're gonna get into some more arithmetic with positive and negative numbers. But before we get into that, I do wanna shout out this brother that's on my t-shirt, who is an ancestor. This brother is Amilcar Cabral. We should all be familiar with Amilcar Cabral. I'll tell you a little bit about Amilcar Cabral before I get into this problem. Amilcar Cabral was a revolutionary leader from a country called Guinea-Bissau. Well, Guinea-Bissau and the Cape Verde Islands. He led a group, an anti-colonial group struggling against the Portuguese government and against the Portuguese military who had colonized their land many years before him, before he was even born. And they were fighting back against the Portuguese to gain ownership of their land. He was trained as an agricultural engineer, and he understood the value of land and how land is the basis for revolution. So I want everybody to be familiar with Amilcar Cabral. All right, check him out. All right, now today's particular problem says negative 28 plus 28. Now, there's something I want you to memorize if you haven't already or you don't understand these problems already. When you see a problem like this where you're doing addition and it looks like you're adding a number to itself, except one of the numbers is a negative version, the answer is always going to be 0. You need to just memorize that. The answer is always going to be 0. Negative 28 plus 28 is going to add up to 0. Negative 28, we can think of that as owing someone $28. Negative 28, we think of that as owing somebody $28. When you add 28, we think of that as you receiving $28. So imagine you do the right thing. You already owed somebody $28. Then you receive $28 from somewhere else. If you pay back the person that you owe, now you owe them nothing. So now you break even. So now your debt is eliminated and now you break even. So the answer is 0. So you don't owe anything. You also don't have anything. You don't have anything. You also don't owe anything. That's what 0 represents. So whenever you have the same number, basically, so you see 28 and 28, except one of these is a negative 28, when they add together, they're going to add up to 0. Negative 28 plus 28 is 0. Negative 5 plus 5 is 0. Negative 100 plus 100 is 0. That's how it works. Now, if you want to think about it in terms of a number line, what it would look like graphically on a number line, right? Remember, we talked about how in some other videos, how the first number is your starting point on the number line. So the first number is negative 28. So we would start at negative 28 on the number line. And then because there's a plus sign, that means that the direction we're moving in is to the right. We're moving to the right because it's a plus sign. Then the second number tells us how far we're moving. How many spaces are we moving? We're moving 28 spaces. So if I was to move 28 spaces from negative 28, boom, 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 boom. You notice I didn't like draw 28 spaces out, right? But just know that if you move 28 spaces from negative 28, you're gonna end up at 0. You're gonna end up at 0. So negative 28 plus 28 is equal to 0. And that's something that you should just memorize. You should just memorize the fact that when you're adding a number, a negative version of a number to the positive version of itself, the answer is always going to be 0. They're always going to basically cancel each other out. That's one way we describe what's happening here. Negative 28 plus 28 cancels out and adds up to 0. All right? And that's about it for this example. Until the next video, go get you some practice. Peace.